very substantial capability that has been built in a very short time. This is it's a tremendous capability towards Atmanirbharta. It will make a substantial difference in the ability to make weapon grade equipment for ships. Given a commitment to our national leadership that 2047 tak we will become Atmanirbhar. This is a very substantial capability that has been built in a very short time, and I've seen the work being done in this by this company, particularly as an MSME. They have been making equipment for us, particularly for the Navy, fabrication of various parts of the ships, then BrahMos launchers, and like that, and it had started small, and now they have brought in state-of-the-art equipment like this VMC machines, which you see in the background, which has brings in an accuracy of 7 micron when you are connecting frames and so on. So this is it's a tremendous capability towards Atmanirbharta. If you want to make defense equipment in the country, then you need the equipment, the machines, and all for that. So the fully automated facility, and it will make a substantial difference in the ability to make weapon grade equipment for ships, similarly for airframes, for weapon systems that had be installed on board ships or submarines, torpedo tubes, and anything which requires very high precision. So I think one of its kind in the country, and we must give all credit to Ganesh Nibe for taking the initiative and doing it. And we as a Navy have taken given a commitment to our national leadership that 2047 tak we will become Atmanirbhar. And for that you require help of industry, and we have seen MSMEs like Nibe Limited have really worked to make many components, many parts of the weapon systems, like now small arms are being made, now the BrahMos launcher is being made, torpedo tubes are getting made. So all this is how the ecosystem will develop to become truly Atmanirbhar. So it's all full support is there from the Navy. We have something called the Navy Indian Navy Indigenization and Innovation Organization, so NIIO. So this was set about 2 years back, and we have organized Swavilamban seminar, and where we give challenges as to what is the technology that we are looking at. And many MSMEs have come forward so we have signed about 118 contracts and placed orders for about 3,000 plus crores for some of the products which have got developed. So this is a great initiative in our country, and I think our dream of the policy of make in India, make for India, and where required, make for the world. So that is, I think, going to come through in a short time. Yeah, we are taking part, and we, as a Navy, we handhold the MSME sector, especially. The larger players in any case are there, but we have taken the step of of conducting these, issuing out these challenges as to what is it that we want them to develop. And in version 1 we had given 75 challenges. We got almost 1,100 plus proposals, and then we filtered them out and worked, we narrowed down to about 300 plus. and finally 118 contracts were signed, and more are in the pipeline. Some products have already got developed, and orders have been placed, and they have got inducted also, certain things. And some of them are world-beating technologies, first time in the world, game changers, and things which will make us give us that strategic autonomy which is required in defense, and more than economic growth. It is that ability to make things for yourself, and in times of conflict, you're not stuck because of the supply chain disruption which you witnessed a couple of years back with this Ukraine conflict and happening. So this is a great initiative by the government of Maharashtra. I think the Nibe Limited is the knowledge partner, and we have great expectation. I'm told that more than 1,000 MSMEs are going to participate. There are a lot of students, a lot of people who got interest in all the. So we have got a stall from the Navy also, and I'm sure there are stalls from the defense, other two services as well. So certain things which we require, we sort of, we are able to project what is there. So maybe the MSMEs can come forward and take note of what are the requirements of the service and move in that direction. Also, at the same time, there's been a challenge of funding for the MSMEs, because there's not been there's very little understanding of the defense requirements. Funding means you have to have a bank which gives you paisa for taking your business forward, for buying material and taking forward the business venture. So we had suggested that there should be, like, you have a bank for tourism, you have a bank for housing, you have a bank for infrastructure. I said we should have a bank for strategic development in the country. So this was taken up and through the ministry, and while a new bank is not being looked at, they're looking at strengthening the SIDBI with probably a vertical or some specialized teams which will look after the defense requirements, because defense requirements are, firstly, it's a little ambiguous, and the success rates are not always high as compared to the normal commercial venture. So maybe even the best of countries like US and all, the success rate is around of a venture, R&D part of it I'm talking of, is generally around 9 to 10% only. So that is one aspect of it. And secondly, they require long-term funding. You cannot equate it with the normal commercial development. So these peculiarities, we had worked with, some of the MSMEs in Maharashtra, and we got all their challenges. Then we took it up through the ministry, MOD, to the Ministry of Finance, and I'm glad to say that SIDBI has been proactive thereafter, based upon the directives of the Finance Minister, and they have been proactive in handholding the MSMEs and the startups to facilitate. So if my estimate is correct, almost some 2,000 crores worth of loans, etc., will get disbursed and more. And they're looking at probably interest-free loans for a longer period, or less interest rates and so on, because this is a sector that has to be developed. Corridors which are coming up, you see a corridor coming up in Lucknow, one in Tamil Nadu, and Bangalore, all these areas. The aerospace sector is more focused in Bangalore and Hyderabad. So all these, they were actually original industrial hubs as well. So now we, for example, from the Navy side, we have a cell set up in Coimbatore, we have a cell set up in Bangalore for software, for AI and all that. And similarly, we are interacting at Lucknow. So the Directorate of Indigenization, along with the NIO, works in all these corridors, and we are proactively reaching out to them to say, okay, this is our requirement, how can you help us? And we have been interacting with SIDBI with the SIDM, that Society of Indian Defence Manufacturers, FICCI, everybody. So I can assure you that from the Indian Navy side, there have been proactive efforts to handhold them and help them in whatever way to make them understand what is our requirement, and that has been very productive. So we are quite confident that while we have set a target for 2047, as that is what we are looking at as Bharat becoming a Viksit Bharat. But I am quite confident that if we pursue it, maybe earlier than that, we will achieve things. That means we are trying to make ships, submarines, aircraft, weapons, all that in India, at least the major components which matter, so that we are not held hostage in terms of.